Hey guys, what's going on? APL here. APL Fisher on Xbox Live. Oh wait, no. APL Fisher on Counter-Strike Global Offensive for the rest of my life when this game comes out. Oh my god. I am so excited. Guys, if you have not heard, there's a new Counter-Strike game coming out in early 2012. And if you haven't heard, shout it from the rafters, shout it from the rooftops, sing your heart out. God, get as excited as I am about this because this has been a long-ass time coming. We in the Counter-Strike community, and anyone who watches my videos that plays Counter-Strike a lot, there has been a lot of silence. There was silence and darkness over at Valve for years, as if there would be any new Counter-Strike game. And just within this last month and a half, we have had just an explosion of information. This reveal yesterday that the game will officially be released in 2012. All this stuff. Oh my God, I'm tremendously excited. I can't eat. I can't sleep. I can't do anything. I can't think. I'm having trouble even recording this commentary right now because I'm so, I'm off the wall. I'm fanboying hard. You guys know Counter-Strike is my favorite online shooter, favorite game of all time. I mean, full stop. You guys know that. I get teased about it all the time. But so for Valve to be given this game love, revitalizing the series with the new game. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Like I think I've said that 10 times already, but. I want to. I'm not going to go into how all the reveal happened and all this stuff. Real quick, okay, I'll give a quick overview. I actually did post an article on kvmod.com that basically has all the information of the different blurbs that came out from different people who played the game, and then the official leading up to the official release yesterday. So it's kind of got a little history on that. If you want to check that out, I'm going to link that in the description. Go ahead and check that out. Excuse me, after this video. But so. About a month ago, we started getting these rumors that people from the Counter-Strike community, and I think even a few people from the TF2 community, were invited out to Valve. They were flown out, Valve's bill, to test out a new version of Counter-Strike. That was the rumor. We didn't really know much else beyond that. Then, more recently, there was a Steam thread, fueled with rumors going all over the place about what this new Counter-Strike could be and all this stuff. And Jess Cliff, one of the original creators of Counter-Strike, one of the godfathers of the game, just posted 2 words. He said global offensive. Just really stirring up the pot and getting everyone really excited. So they were saying, okay, does this mean that's what the new game's called and all this stuff? And it turned out that's what it was. There was also some tweets from a pro manager at the ESL, and there was a ESEA article and post about it as well. I mean, there was all kinds of rumors circulating and little bits of information from people who played it. No official word and all that stuff. But oh my God, guys! Yesterday they did the reveal. It's actually officially in the Steam store. There's not a ton. There's not really any screenshots or anything like that. But I want to actually go. I have a couple things I want to touch on here. I want to touch on what we know about it and then give you my opinions on the information that we have. So real quick, I'm just going to read what the actual description in the Counter-Strike store, in the Steam store says about the game real quick. So Counter-Strike Global Offensive will expand upon the team-based action gameplay that it pioneered when it was launched 12 years ago. CSGO features new maps, characters, which I'm not sure what that means, and weapons, and delivers updated versions of the classic CS content, DE Dust, etc. In addition, CSGO will introduce new gameplay modes, matchmaking, leaderboards, and more. And we're going to skip the middle part and then go toward the end. CSGO is being developed by Valve in cooperation with Seattle-based Hidden Path Entertainment. The title was targeted for release in early 2012 and will be playable at this year's PAX Prime and Eurogamer Expo. And oh, bros, when I read the PAX Prime part, I'm not able to go to PAX Prime now because of work, so I had to sell my passes. A lot of you know that. So I'm not going to be able to get any hands-on time with it there. Oh, killer, knife in my heart. But I'll have a lot of machinima friends that are going and stuff like that, so I'm sure they'll be able to let me know how it plays. And then there's going to be a beta at some point in the future that I'm really going to hope I'm able to get into and play. But so where to even start? There's a really great article. So that's obviously what Valve says about the title, but there's a lot more in depth all around the web from different people who played it and got hands-on time with it. So Craig Levine, who's actually one of the founders of ESEA, which is an esports, which stands for Esports Entertainment Association. Many of you guys should know about ESEA by now. He's one of the top guys in the Counter-Strike community, and he was obviously flown out. He wrote a whole long write-up on the ESEA news website, which I will also link that in the description that you can check out after the fact. I'm going to touch on a few things he said, but he got hands-on time with the game. He's an experienced Counter-Strike player. and his general impression was extremely positive, and he's extremely excited about it. So that's awesome. Some of the things he touched on, he said that there are, well, first of all, how the game plays. He said it doesn't quite play like 1.6, and it doesn't quite play like Counter-Strike Source. He felt like it feels, he said, like a new game, but not in a bad way. He said it was very smooth, and it was a lot of fun. So that'll be interesting to see exactly what he means by that. There's some new guns in the game. There's a new machine gun, he said. There's a couple new pistols and a new shotgun. And that's all interesting, but the really, really interesting stuff was the grenades that he talked about, or the projectiles. There is a, I guess it's not projectile, whatever, grenades. There is a decoy grenade in the game, he said, which wasn't really all that useful at that point. They're playing a pre-beta build, so we got to keep this all in mind. But there was a decoy grenade, and he said he could see how it could be used possibly maybe to get the advantage for half a second on someone, or maybe confuse the opponent for a little bit of time. And then there's also the most interesting thing, there's a Molotov cocktail in the game. And that's really interesting. He said it really changes the dynamics of choke points and stuff like that, because you obviously have area of effect or AoE damage with that, where it burns a certain area of the map or wherever you throw it. And so people will get damaged if they run through it. So I could see tons of gameplay possibilities if they decide to keep that in the competitive rule set and all that stuff. Obviously, with a build like this, they are working very hard. Obviously, they flew out all these guys in the competitive community to give their thoughts on the game. So, anyway, oh god, I'm running all over the place. But either way, I could see this being a really interesting gameplay possibility for Counter-Strike, not just on the competitive side, but in general, even in pubs and stuff like that. So that was really interesting, and yeah, so we'll see how that all works out. I really feel like, the other thing he said, was the game looked absolutely beautiful. The game looked beautiful, and that's awesome. He said he was surprised at how polished it was at that point in the pre-beta build that they were playing. I mean, that's amazing. Like I figured that it would look good, because they're going to try to be competing with other shooters in the market. But one of the things I always get teased about with playing Counter-Strike Source, obviously it came out in 2004, is it's not a great looking game, it's not a bad looking game, but it's definitely showing its age. So if they're going to compete, they definitely need to have a game that looks really sharp. So I was really excited to hear that. I think that's definitely going to be a must for when you release a new product like this onto the market, to have it look real sharp to compete with anything else out there like Battlefield 3 or Call of Duty. But the other big news too. This game is multi-platform. It's going to be coming out for Xbox 360 and PS3. As far as we know, I'm not even going to talk about the Wii or anything like that. But that kind of tempered my excitement a little bit. I got a little nervous when I heard about that, because when we PC bros hear that a game is going multi-platform, especially a game that has been exclusive to PC, there's been a long history of games that have done that. That then when they get when you play the PC version, you can tell that they just really phoned it in. And there's lots of problems on launch and all that stuff. Perfect example is Black Ops and all that kind of, there's many other examples besides Black Ops, not just singling that game out. But where, the console version, there was a ton of time spent on it, and the PC version was just thrown together very haphazardly. I really don't think we have to worry about that with Valve. I mean, especially the fact just that they flew out all these guys from the Counter-Strike community to get hands-on with the game. Obviously, they were playing the PC version. They weren't playing the console version. That is going to be a very strong focus, because the competitive community is on the PC. And, who knows? I'm sure there'll be game battles and all that stuff once the console comes out. So I'm not going to get into that, but This is a PC game at heart. I don't care if it comes out for the console. So play this game on the PC. I'm going to say that when it comes out. Please, please, please do that. There's also actually a cool thread on Reddit right now of a guy who played, he's responding to all these different questions. I'll link that in here, and it has a lot more in-depth info about what his opinions and what he saw with the game. Man, guys, I could ramble on for forever about this. There's so much I could touch on. I've been reading every single article I can get my hands on about it. One thing also, with it being on the console, it's going to be an arcade title. It's not going to be a full $60 game, because I don't think there's any single player component as far as I know. So that's also makes me a little more encouraged. I mean, their focus, it's a multiplayer game. I've not heard anything about single player. I don't have any reason to believe there's any single player aspect to it. When they say new characters, I don't know what that means. I really don't know if they mean new character models or something like that. That's a possibility. There's going to be matchmaking and all that stuff. that, once again, you see them directly trying to incorporate some of the stuff that these newer, like Call of Duty has incorporated and all that stuff into the game. So, God, I could just keep rambling. We're already at 10 minutes. I don't want to keep you guys too long. Just wanted to give you my thoughts. Leave your guys' comments on what you think about some of the stuff that you've heard and all that. And I'll definitely respond to some of them. I love reading your guys' comments, and especially on an issue like this. I'm going to be playing the shit out of Counter-Strike Global Offensive when it comes out. I really hope I really hope it's a great game. And maintains that, the same feel of Counter-Strike. But, with anything, there's change. The Counter-Strike community is a very diehard community. And, some of the things I've been seeing is, what's all this change? Like, we don't need to change the game. Games evolve. And it is time for the next iteration of Counter-Strike. And I'm willing to keep an open mind and see what that's going to be like. I think at the end of the day, it's going to maintain the formula that makes Counter-Strike great. They're not going to mess with that. But they're going to tweak things. And with that change comes some uncertainty, but at the end of the day, I think it's I have faith in Valve that they know what they're doing with this game. So, all right, guys, thanks for listening to my thoughts, and like I said, love to hear yours in the comments. I'll talk to you guys later, and expect Counter-Strike Go content on my channel like crazy when the game comes out. All right.